Wind gusts around the state reaching up to 70 miles per hour in some areas, causing last-minute mountain closures and possible power outages. Those looking for a nice Sunday at the slopes had to rethink their plans today. Red Lodge Mountain had to close due to the high winds. This is video of the Palisades chairlift earlier today. You can see the 600-pound chairs being blown nearly horizontal from the wind. Red Lodge Mountain Management released this statement today. For guest and employee safety, due to sustained high winds and gusts over 70 miles per hour, we are closing all lifts for the remainder of the day, Sunday, January 27th. We are sorry for the inconvenience. See you on the slopes another day. And in Musselshell County today, the sheriff's office said it was experiencing some power outages and were operating on generator backup. Musselshell County, along with other parts of Montana, have been experiencing the intense gusts of wind. About 1,200 Northwestern Energy customers in Roundup were without power for a period of time today. At this time, Northwestern Energy does not know exactly what caused the outage.
There was a outage today that lasted from about 9 a.m. to about 12:45 p.m. The crews responded. The exact reason is still being determined, but there were high winds in that area at the time. We have up-to-date information with our latest available information on our outage map online, and that's at northwesternenergy.com.
Joined with me now is Connor Pregitzer, a meteorologist, and wind is the story today.
Absolutely. We talked about it last night, coming to pass today. Really high winds across a really large region today. Basically, everything you see on this map here, every one of those blue little squares is a high wind report. Basically 50 miles an hour and over, most of them 60 miles an hour and up. So we can see basically everywhere east of the divide, stretching all the way over towards the Dakotas border, seeing some really high winds today. Now let's talk about why. This is the pressure gradient today. High pressure to our west, low pressure to our east. That's basically like a slope, and the tighter that gradient, the steeper that slope. The steeper that slope, the faster the wind can flow down it. It was very tight today, very steep across basically Montana, right in the crosshairs of this. That's what leads to that high wind pushing down across the region. So that's why we had that. That wind forecast, though, showing that it tapers a little bit as we head into the day on Monday. Still going to be a factor. You know, it's not going straight down to zero or anything like that, but I would say tomorrow likely breezy as opposed to windy. I'll break down the rest of the forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, Connor. Tuesday was the 46th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the case that allowed women to have an abortion. Shortly after that 1973 U.S. Supreme Court decision, a Billings teenager became pregnant and chose to have the baby. Q2's David J. talked with Lori Hughes, who wrote a book about her experience.
What a gift to see this little child and be able to help her and mold her and love her. I've had her with me almost every day. Even though she's 41, she's still in my town, and to see her purpose in life, she wouldn't be here if I had chose abortion.
Lori Hughes talks about her daughter, Erica Henry Ports. Hughes became pregnant in 1977 at the age of 15.
We were raised here, you know, Holy Rosary and Central, and I was raised with Christian values. And so for me, I would have not considered abortion.
In September, Hughes released her book, Choose Zoe, which tells her story of being pregnant and a teenage mother.
Zoe, that's the Greek word for life in the Bible that Jesus came to give us. And it's a full life. It's a life where we can feel vibrant and alive.
I'm very proud of my mom equally to use difficult circumstances to share what some women wouldn't want to talk about. And similar for myself, I found the courage to share more about learning the hard way, you know, the impact of abortion.
Erica is now 41, and she had an abortion at the age of 17.
I also learned the difficult side of loss through the choice of choosing abortion.
Erica is the director of a pregnancy clinic and gives women the information they need to make a decision.
I lost a child. That is a real thing. There's a sense of loss. I made a decision that I don't now believe was the best decision for me.
You know, she's the young lady she is today because she was given that chance. She was given that chance to live. So I'm really proud of her.
And today, Lori Hughes sees hope and life as she looks at her grandchildren.
When you abort, you also abort a lot of happiness and joy in your family, because you're saying no to a blessing of generations. And there's nothing like a little grandchild running up to you. They love you like no other, and so as life kind of beats you down a little bit, they're that life source again. They make you feel alive. I have seen both sides in conclusion, and I always have to side on the side of life. Choosing that Zoe life, you know, for yourself and for your child.
David J., MTN News, Billings.
And David says that Lori Hughes and Erica Henry Ports live in Northern California and work at pregnancy clinics. Well, thanks for watching the 5:30 news here on Q2. After the break, we take you to a new exhibit at Fort Missoula that's unpacking some of your outdoor storage and making it history. And later in sports, see how two of the best basketball players in Montana have formed a long-distance bond that started a generation ago. Coming up.
You're watching MTN News with Zoe Zandora, Storm Tracker Weather with Connor Pregetzer, and Sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.